Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another edition of Speak That Talks. As always, I am so excited to sit here and talk to you all virtually from all over the country and all over the world. So I'm really excited about today's Speak That Talks because I have an amazing lineup of guest speakers who are going to help me and Speak That Movement celebrate Women's History Month as well as International Women's Day 2021. So it's not too late. Grab some friends, grab women in your tribe, grab the men in your life, and tell them that Speak That Talks is about to start in 30 seconds. Hello, hello, hello. That time always goes by so fast. So, again, welcome to Speak That Talks. I am excited to sit here and host another week of unfiltered, unscripted, uncensored, and unedited conversation. So, thank you to everybody who's tuning in. If you don't know me, my name is Tiara M. Tucker. I am the founder of Speak That Movement as well as Tiara PR Network, and I'm the host and producer of Speak That Talks. So it is always just so fun to pause from a busy day, a busy work week, so that we can just have great conversation and talk about hot topics. So shout out to Speak That Talks because this is the 45th consecutive week. What does that mean? That means for 45 straight weeks, I have sat here and I've hosted a show to connect us all over with so many guest speakers over the past few weeks, speakers representing different states throughout the United States of America, speakers in other countries, speakers talking about anything ranging from empowerment to quarantine life to going after your dreams, reaching your goals, social injustices, mental health, you name it. If it's a hot topic, we might be talking about it on this show in real time. So to learn more about Speak That Movement, I would love for you to check out my website, which is www.speakthatmovement.com. And you'll learn more about how Speak That Movement is on a mission to equip and empower professional women in business along our journeys of dream and goal realization. So check out the website to learn more. To learn more about Tiara PR Network, you can also check out their website, tiaraprnetwork.com. So this show is all about virtually connecting and socializing. So go to Speak That Movement. So Speak That Movement on Facebook or YouTube. So that is where you can go and you can let us know, where are you representing? Let us know, what city are you in? What town are you in? What country are you in today? Let us know if you have any questions, any comments. So again, join us live on the Speak That Movement Facebook or YouTube page. So I am looking forward to some comments. So let's see, Michele, yay. Looking forward to bringing you up in a moment. And everybody else that's out there, let us know, add your name and city in comments so that we can bring you into this virtual conversation. So for those of you who tuned in last week, thank you so much. We celebrated 10 years of Speak That. So in particular, 10 years of hosting events because the very first event started in March of 2011. So thank you to everybody who joined us last week to celebrate 10 years. So today, we're going to celebrate something a little different. We're going to celebrate Women's History Month. So again, I have some amazing women who are going to join me today. And I don't even want to wait another moment to bring them up. You probably saw the flyer already. Today, we're going to talk about Choose to Challenge and International Women's Day 2021. I will be joined by Michele MacArthur, a great friend of mine living here in the Dallas area, as well as another amazing friend that I was able to meet earlier this year, Miss Debrah, Mowlem, representing the United Kingdom. And so, again, we're going to have a great conversation. So go ahead, tell some more people to check us out. So without further ado, I don't want to wait any longer. I want to bring up the first guest speaker for today, Miss Michele. Come on up, Michele.
Hello. So excited to be here, Tiara.
No, and I'm so excited to have you. How are you doing?
Girl, I'm good. I'm so good. You gave me some excitement getting to talk about Argentina. Argentina está en la casa.
I heard the house, in the house.
Argentina is in the house.
Say it again. Teach us how to say it.
Argentina está en la casa.
Argentina
está en la casa.
Está en la casa.
Viva Argentinos. Live the Argentinians.
Yes. Shout out to everybody representing Argentina. So help me welcome our next speaker who's going to be joining us today.
Yes.
So Miss Debrah, and you actually had the opportunity to officially meet her behind the scenes today. So everybody, help us welcome our second special guest speaker, Miss Debrah.
All right.
I see so much excitement in the house today. We're going to have fun.
Yes, we are extremely excited to have you here. I'm excited to have you and Michele. So thank you so much, Miss Debrah, for tuning in. I know that where you are in the United Kingdom, it is 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Oh, I know. But I couldn't miss this opportunity to be with you ladies and to talk about these really important topics and to just help. I mean, if we wait for time to align, it won't. We have to make time.
That's right. Thank you. And you look absolutely beautiful, the both of you today. So thank you so much. So hey there, Lanita. All right now, Argentina. So shout out to Lanita. Thank you for tuning in. One of the Speak That Movement board members. And dedication. That's right.
That's right.
Yes. So again, everybody, we're about to have a great conversation, and I just want to get right down to it. So again, if you're on the Speak That Movement Facebook or YouTube page, you are in the right place. If you're not here, come on over, join in the conversation, because yeah, UK is in the house today.
2 a.m. Love it.
At 2 a.m. So I want to start off with some introductions. So I'm going to start off with Michele. So Michele, tell us a little bit more about yourself. I love to introduce you, but I think that nobody introduces themselves better than themselves. So just tell people who don't know you already, or reintroduce yourself to people who do know you, and tell us, who is Michele M. MacArthur?
Well, when people ask me, I get to tell them that I am a strong, resilient woman of clarity and a believer of second chances. And most people, when I go out and I share who am I in the workplace, I also get to tell them that I am your hospitality, health, and wellness strategist. So that is who I am. I was born in the foothills of North Carolina. Got to be fortunate to be raised while my family was missionaries in Argentina, and then got to go back and forth because we have family in Argentina through my life, and be blessed with the dual citizenship. So that's just a little bit about me. My background is in hospitality and luxury brand hotels and tourism all over the world. And then in health and wellness, just because of my own health issues and my why So that's brought me in together with hospitality, health, and wellness. And I am excited, like Debrah, to have the topics that we get to talk about today. So thank you.
Yes, well, thank you. And there you have it, Miss Michele. So, Debrah, tell everybody who you are or reintroduce yourself to others.
Well, I describe myself as weird. That's how I describe myself, because the weird rule the world. The weird invent, and the weird don't let limitations stand in their way. And my favorite quotation is, I will not let my schooling interfere with my education, from Mark Twain. And I like to advocate to women that you can do anything with or without academic education, with or without whatever it is standing in your way. I'm an author. I'm an international best-selling author, and I'm a founder of Business Ladies Forum, and I enjoy working with women, and I'm a public speaker. And behind the scenes, I'm a businesswoman.
I love it. I
Love
love
it.
it.
That's power.
Yes. Well, thank you. It is an honor to have Miss Debrah with us today.
Wow.
So, I see we have more people tuning in particular, Miss Tori.
Yay. Hey there, Tori Dawn.
Beautiful and wonderful mama. I love you and I'm so proud of you.
My baby. My
Thank
little miracle.
Thank you, Tori.
Yes, Tori. And I met Tori recently. So,
Victoria.
yeah, she's so sweet. So, ladies, before we get into it, you told me more about what you all do, what you're passionate about. So, since today's show is about Women's History Month, we're going to get into Women's History Month a little later. We're also going to talk about International Women's Day 2021, which actually was the other day, but we're going to, honor it today. So, one of the reasons why I really was so excited to bring in some international friends of mine is because I want people to be exposed to places that maybe they've never been to, or maybe they never will go to. So, what better people than you two to talk a little bit about, where you live. So, in particular, with Michele, I want to learn a little bit more about what it was like in Argentina. And Debrah, I want to know more about what it was like in Zimbabwe and now United Kingdom. So, to be fair, I'm going to start with you, Miss Debrah, because I want to know first about Zimbabwe life.
Ooh, yeah.
I grew up in a village. No running water, no electricity. And when I say that, people go, "Oh, you poor thing." No, no. I had the best childhood ever. I actually think my children missed out a lot, because I played and we had so much imagination. I think that's where I got my explorer spirit, from the village life. But on the flip side, it was really hard for women, because of the culture, religion, society, everything else that comes with life. And I grew up seeing that quite a lot and questioning a lot. And yeah, I was a troublesome child, because back then we were brought up to be seen, not heard. And I just refused to be seen, because I saw so much injustice and I had to talk. So I started talking at a very early age, questioning things and trying to make things right, trying to see why people just accept. My first book that I published in 2007, the second edition, it's all about my life in the village, written from a 7-year-old's point of view. We did everything. I can do anything, like make fire, gather firewood, make fire, cook, grow things in the field from scratch. And all that. We walked to school with no shoes. And we made our own fun. We made our own dolls. We saw the other time I was called here to go to the girl guides to help them make a doll from scratch, because I know how to do that, because we grew up without much in the village. So you had to make your own, you had to make your own fun. And I think that's the best thing ever that ever happened to me. And in the village, I had a grandmother who was so amazing. You know, someone who can look elegant in rags.
Mm.
She was a lady, whether she was in rags, whether she was with no shoes, you could see her spirit was so powerful. She empowered me as a young child to just accept my weirdness and just run with it. Because I remember when I was, I think 5, 6, this Salvation Army captain, those Salvation Army would like army ranks. I came to the village and I was sitting there talking to my grandmother, and I was sitting close by. And he said, "This child is very different." And my grandmother said, "Yes, I know, she's special." And I thought, "Oh, go grandma." Just empowering me by little ways that at the time when they were said, I never thought much of it. I just thought, well, she loves me, she's supposed to say that. But as I grew old, I realized she saw me inside, and she didn't want to put that fire out. She feigned it and made me go forward and just be me. Just be me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love how you glow and you light up when you speak about her. Yes. So tell us a little bit about United Kingdom life, and that's where you're currently living.
I I got married very early in life, and I lost by the age 21, I was widowed. And it was tough. I needed to get out. I needed to get out and to just go somewhere where nobody says, "Oh, you poor child," like, "Oh, how are you doing?" That pity sort of greeting. So I chose to come to the United Kingdom, and very different lifestyle. I had to adjust because I'm very communal. I like community. I like talking to people. I walk around singing, and I talk to anyone and everyone. "Oh, you look lovely. Oh, hi." Oh. And when I came here, I had to learn. You can't do that. You're gonna have to shut up. People look at you funny. And not everyone, by the way, not everyone. Now that I've been here some time, not everyone is like that. There are some weird people as well who greet people on the bus and stuff. And I had to adjust quite a lot to live here. But I love the adventure of moving to a very, very different world from where I came from. This is first world. I came from third world, and it's a lot of adjusting to be done. But yeah, it's a challenge. And everyone say, "When you leave UK, are you gonna go back to Africa?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to Australia." You have to keep moving on. You can't go back. You have to explore some more. You can't go where you have known already. You have to go somewhere where you explore again and grow again and learn again. And it's nice to next time I'm going to Argentina, I'm going to learn what they do there.
Let's go.
I'm going to dance.
Yes. Well, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. So beautiful. And we're going to talk more about, your journey and things like that, but thanks for sharing that. And a couple of shout outs. Shout out Janice Tucker Farrell watching from Texas. Hey there.
Janice.
Hello, Karen, watching from Peoria, Illinois. So thank you so much to you all for tuning in today. And again, let us know you're out there. Come on over, virtually connect with us on the Speak That Movement page. So I want to ask you, Miss Debrah, before we move on to learning more about Michele and Argentina life, I'm going to show some pictures and I want you to describe the pictures. I'm going to start with this picture.
Oh, love it.
Oh, that was 2016 in Zimbabwe, and that's my friend. And I chose that one because of the view. Look at the view back there. It's Zimbabwean Highlands. Look how beautiful it is. And the funny thing is, when I was living in Africa, I never realized how beautiful it was until I went back. We used to take that for granted. Can you imagine? That's beautiful, man. I miss home now.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. So now I'm going to, I want to show another picture, and I want you to describe to the Speak That Talks audience what this picture represents.
Oh, okay. I went to do a talk in London at some time back, and I couldn't find anything to wear, so I made that skirt the same day because I didn't know what to wear, and they said the keynote speaker. So I went there and I was wearing heels, and it was a room full of people, dignitaries and stuff. And I thought, well, if I walk to the stage in heels, I might fall. So I took off my shoes, and in my ankles I had beads and everything because that's Zulu outfit. I was dressed as a Zulu, painted face, everything. So I took off my shoes and I walked on stage without shoes, and everybody thought it was part of the outfit.
Wow. And did you say you made that?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I did.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. So I wanted to show people a little taste of you in Zimbabwe and the United Kingdom. So thank you for sharing that. So now, Miss Michele, I want to hear a little bit about your life. And I know, again, you were born and raised in the United States of America, but you also lived in Argentina, and now you're back in America. So tell us, what was it like in Argentina?
Well, you know, similar how Debrah had mentioned, I was very fortunate when we were in the United States, and my parents married in Naples, Italy, and my mom comes from a very poor background. So my dad was very prosperous, very well established family, prominent. And when my dad sold everything to go be missionaries, we were small. And where I grew up as a 5-year-old, having a playhouse with a kitchen and a pool and just all of the things that, you know, that you have when you're fortunate. And we moved to Argentina. And it started when probably I was about 3. I remember, I think, going to Argentina at one time before we were missionaries and seeing my grandmother's house. And my grandmother's house, what we call it, is un barrio. And Barrio Reyes, the Barrio of the Kings. And I saw my grandmother's house that was dirt with a tin roof, dirt floor, bathroom outside in a hole. You go to the bathroom in an outhouse. And the pump, they had a pump that came outside. And I don't remember a lot, but I do remember that. Just remember going from dirt roads, not having, but so much tranquility, so much love, so much happiness, and there was family everywhere. So fast forward to I was about 7, because we went back and forth to visit my family there as my mom, you know, traveled. There was the dirt house again. And my dad took it to where he built a house on the land for my grandmother to have, which was stucco and had the roof and had an electric pump and had bathrooms inside and the kitchen inside. But for the longest time, the dirt house was still on property. But I also remember back in the 70s of when they tore that down. And I share that with you because this is family that comes from nothing. When we would be playing, it was now, my mom was one of 7, and each of my aunts and uncles had 3 to 5 kids each. So there were a lot of cousins and the aunts and uncles, and everybody was in the same block, pretty much. It's like the Zapata block, that this was our land. So we walked down next door, it was an aunt. Down the street, it was an uncle. Everybody was around. So they were all around. We didn't drive to go. So I do remember that so vividly, that the family was always there. I was fortunate to go to school. We lived in Buenos Aires when we first came, which is one of the top cities in the U.S. Used to be the 5th largest in the world. I'm not sure, not the U.S., but in the world. And we lived there. I got to go to a Christian school and live in the city. When we went inland into Santa Fe, if you look on the map, it is the province that looks like a boot, hence the Pampas. The Pampas is where the meat comes from, where the best leather comes from. It's the grasslands. It's similar to how the land is in Texas. That is where my family lives. And it was very different. So I went from Buenos Aires into Cordoba. Cordoba is where the mountains are, beautiful mountains. And then we went into Santa Fe. And it was so different. My world there was not the way it is in the U.S. It was out in the campo, riding horses, being with family, and learning. There was a pastry. And there's 10 of us cousins, one pastry. And my aunt, that's all she had to give her little nieces and nephews. She cut that pastry into 10 pieces. And each of us kids, and I remember watching that, we all got a little piece. And my aunt didn't get anything. Now, later I thought about that. I wonder how hungry she was. And nobody complained, no matter how hungry. We were all grateful, and it really got instilled in me. Then I went to a different school than all my cousins. My cousins went to school either in the morning or in the afternoon. I had to go to school all day, and I hated it. Why is this? This isn't fair. I had to go learn North American English, North American history, North American literature in the morning. And then I had to learn South American history, South American literature, just everything in the evening. I didn't speak anything when I got there. I was stuck in the back of the room and just had to listen and learn the language. But the friends that I made are still friends that I have today, of close, far away, very. And what I can say is that when I talk about integrity and transparency and authenticity, it is because of the people in Argentina. While it's a Sicilian Argentinian background, it's the people to where they're tranquil. It's like, okay, we're going to go eat breakfast. We're going to drink some mate. Okay, we're going to go wash some clothes now. And then we're going to drink some mate. It wasn't the worry. While they worried about not having money, maybe not having food, how they were going to survive, they had each other. And that was something that I left when I went back and came back to the States. It was very important for me still in my daughter. And for every 3 years, I tried 3 to 4 years to take her each year back to Argentina. And we'd come with bags and suitcases of stuff, a soiled cowboy cap. They treated it like it was gold, like that was their best treasure. And it was soiled. It was something used. It didn't matter. It was given to them by one of us, and that's all that mattered. That is a trait that doesn't come from having everything handed to you on a silver platter. That is a trait that comes from really learning what it is to be in a third world country.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I feel like I'm vicariously living through what you just shared. So thank you so much. And if you all have comments or thoughts, please share them. And hello, Arlene out there representing New Orleans as well as Houston, Texas. So honored to have you listening in today, Miss Arlene. You know you mean the world to me right now. So nice to have you on. So Michele, thank you for sharing a little bit about what life in Argentina was for you. So, it's only fair that I bring up some pictures and you tell us briefly what these pictures mean to you and what they represent.
Okay.
So I'm going to share this picture first.
So you can actually see the stucco. They had nothing. I mean, you can see the dampness that comes back. But this is my grandmother. There's another picture. I think I have the 4 generations. And for those that know me and remember my why of having one of the muscular dystrophies with an overlap of lupus, I've had different stages of my journey. And here, I wasn't on the steroids. I had lost the weight a little bit too much, but I had the opportunity to come back. My grandmother was bedridden pretty much, and get to come back to really say goodbye to her. And her name is Manuela Amelia Hernandez Zapata. And we called her Abuela. She's my abuela. And she had met Victoria, but it was really important for Victoria. I believe Victoria is about 6 here, to meet her grandmother before. And my abuela got to just pass down certain things to Victoria. And this was a very special moment because this was my grandmother of what my grandmother had instilled. And I was her nieta, and she was always like, ojo, ojo, nieta, just telling me like it is. But she was a strong woman. She walked, she worked, she walked to where she worked every day. She got groceries. She made sure she paid, and she provided for 7 kids. Well, minus 1 because my mom was here.
Yeah.
She was a strong woman.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love that picture, by the way. So thank you for sharing with all of us more about the picture. So I'm going to show another picture, and I want you to very briefly describe this picture and tell us what this picture means to you. And then we're going to move on to the next segment of Speak That Talk. So
very good. And this is with my Tio Patica, who's no longer. He taught me how to ride a horse, and that's what I got to do when I was younger. And so as we brought Victoria in to Argentina, he was teaching her how to ride a horse. And this is us going through the Pampas and El Campo and riding horses and drinking mate and doing what I love most with horses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that picture as well.
That's my favorite thing to do. I'm not good at riding horses in the US because I learned there. But horses are so important to me. They are just, it's a healing, and I just love being out in El Campo and riding horses, if you really want to know where Michele wants to be, besides the ocean, of course.
I love it. And Lanita says, thank you both for sharing your stories. Wow. So the reason why I wanted to highlight that is because, this is education, right? We may never get to go to those places, those beautiful places, but from hearing your story, and that's the power of words, right? Speak That movement is all about words. We got to get a little taste of not only where you lived, but also your journey in some of those foundational things that make you who you are. So thank you so much for allowing us into your worlds. So for me, I'm not going into detail about myself, but I have to say, I'm representing my hometown today, Kankakee, Illinois. So born and raised in Kankakee, Illinois, and now living in Dallas, Texas. So I said, well, hey, Miss Debrah is wearing her beautiful earrings from Africa. Show everybody your earrings.
Love it.
Miss Michele is wearing her shirt representing Argentina.
Boca.
So I'm representing where I was born and raised, Kankakee, Illinois. So shout out to everybody from my hometown. And Miss Tori says, such amazing memories in Argentina that I am so grateful for. I bet you are. So ladies, let's move on to the next hot topic. So as I mentioned, we're here together because of Women's History Month. And what I love about Women's History Month is that it's like that special month in the year where we can just brag about being a woman all month, right? And nobody cares, so we just keep bragging about it, right? Although we can do it year round, it's just something about this dedicated month, like last month, Black History Month, and Speak That movement totally highlighted people throughout Black History Month, Black-owned businesses, etc. So, what I want to ask you both, when we think about Women's History Month, I want to know, after hearing your story of how you all had along your journey moments where you really didn't have a lot, right? You were humble, you were grateful, you were appreciative, probably of the little things. And then when I think about you now, how your hearts are just like gold and how you're empowering women and going after your dreams. Can you all briefly just share with the audience how growing up, when you maybe didn't have everything, how that has made you into the woman that you are today, where you're just willing to empower people and help others realize their dreams? So how about Debrah, if you go first?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Michele, I loved your story. I'm so coming to Argentina with you. I'm so
Me too.
coming.
Yeah, I'm going to.
We are going together. Growing up, not having a lot made me stronger, and it made me appreciate life. It made me look around me and want to improve life, especially for women. It makes me really, I've got a fire in me that I want to raise every woman. And the way I was raised is you appreciate everyone, even through their differences. And so to the point that if I don't like what you're doing, I walk away. I've got no time to say nasty things because each pot have got its own lead. Everybody can do their own thing. And so growing up in the village taught me to love and appreciate life as it is. And it taught me to be hardworking. And it taught me that when you fall, you get up. Things can get really tough, but there's always tomorrow. And it taught me to believe, there's church belief, Sunday belief that when you go to church, I pray, I go home, I forget about it. It gave me, what it gave me was an actual relationship with God, a one-to-one. That doesn't need a church, that doesn't need a pastor, that doesn't need anybody but me and God talking and communicating and actually appreciating the belief that there is a tomorrow for me. So what I like is when I see women who doubt themselves, I like to raise them up. I want to say, look here, what is your problem now? You can do this. If I can, so can anyone. There are people who sit there and doubt and doubt. And I came out of a village. I know most people don't believe me when I say that now. I was in the village. I didn't have my first toothbrush until I was 14 years old. I don't have any holes in my teeth, no fillings, no nothing. I got all my teeth, no rotten teeth, nothing. Yet I didn't have a toothbrush until I was a teenager. And that taught me that there is more to life than stupid hairstyle. If your hair is cut bad, so what? It will grow back up.
Right.
There is more to life because I've seen children starving. I've seen people who are actually struggling, to the point that they don't know what to feed their children. But do they give up? No. And if you visit those people, they still offer you the little that they have. My grandmother used to feed the whole everybody. In our family, we used to say, if you don't eat quick enough, grandma will give your food away. Because anyone who's passing by, oh yeah, come and eat. And you think, grandma, but we don't have enough. We always have enough. God will always provide. Give them your food, it's all right. And you think, that was my food. But it taught me that. It taught me that by sharing, you get more. My grandmother never starved. We never starved. Yet she used to feed everyone who's passing by the road. Hello, who is your mother? Come here. Are you hungry?
You're hungry.
Come, I feed you. No, grandma, I'm full. No, you're not full. Eat. Give him food. And it taught me to love and appreciate life in the village. It really made me a powerful woman who refused to lie down.
Wow. Powerful. I felt every word of that. And that's what I love about you and what you do with your ladies forum. It's no nonsense, right? Like, listen, ladies, we can do this.
There's no time to waste. I mean, why are you standing back on the wall and, oh, I can't, oh, poor me, Jesus. You don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
That's good. So, Michele, tell us, when you think about your experiences, which some of them were a little similar to what I feel Debrah shared, but how has that made you who you are today?
Well, those have definitely, some of the things that I really remember is, now keep in mind, my dad came from a lot. So I had more things than, who knows why children would have that much, to not really having, but having a different quality, not having material, but having the quality of the love of what's really important. And what I do remember that was really instilled is my dad baptizing my aunts. And we weren't near the water, kind of near Entre Rios, but it's the big buckets, I think, that you put for horses stuff in. And they stood there and they dunked in, and because they fully submerged to be baptized from Catholicism into Christianity, accepting Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and watching their life change. I remember the songs, being in this back room that my dad built for my grandmother at my grandmother's house. The front was going to be a store, then you had the living, and then the back was where we worshiped. And all of us kids, we were all there, and it was jam-packed with some that came from the barrio and family. And we'd sing in Spanish and just no notes or anything, and then just study. That was really kind of instilled of giving me the understanding that no matter what, Jesus is there. And that really carried me through after when I got sick, because if it wasn't for that strong faith, that having death at my doorstep, I would have not been able to, it would have been too much for me. But for me, it's like, well, what could be worse for some people than to know they're going to die? And the actual answer to that is, it's the gift of everlasting life. And that's pretty much what has been instilled in my life and to where I am today. Beautiful,
beautiful. And as Arlene says, amen. Amen. I love that. This is like I feel like I need like some hot cocoa or something right now.
Some yerba mate.
There we go. There we go. So, ladies, this is just really beautiful. Like, I feel like this is so soothing, and I'm just so gracious to have you both today. So I want to shift gears a little because International Women's Day. So to me, that's a really cool day. I'll be honest, growing up, I'd never heard of it, right? I'm just gonna be honest. But I appreciate it because I believe that, anytime we can have an opportunity where people all over the world are going to recognize anything, whether it's women or whether it's, children or Black Lives Matter, whatever it might be, it just, to me, is very special. And so one of the things with International Women's Day is it just really acknowledges and pays tribute to and honors women all over the world who are just doing amazing things. And even if you're not doing amazing things, I always like to add context. Life isn't about being on a huge platform, or, you know, having 1 million followers or 1 million likes. No, it's about whatever you're doing in your world, right? How you might be making a difference in just your house, in your workplace, in your community, in your church, whatever you choose to do. So I just want to add that context around that. And then also, one thing that I did like about this year's theme, because they always have a theme for International Women's Day, and this particular theme was Choose to Challenge. So it might have been people choosing to challenge gender biases, gender disparities, racial inequalities, whatever it might be. The mission for this particular International Women's Day collectively was choose to challenge, whatever that might be. So I asked these ladies, Michele and Debrah, to join me in a challenge. And so we all have something that we're challenging, and I want each of us to talk about what we're choosing to challenge. And anybody out there listening in, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching it the replay, I also want you to think about it and add it in the comments. What's something that you want to challenge? It could be anything, anything. It doesn't matter. But let's take this week, this month, to really think about what might be stopping us, what might be blocking us, what's in the way, whether it's us personally or, you know, universally, and let's challenge it. And so I want to read this comment first. Arlene says, I believe where we come in our remembrance has made us the women we became today.
Amen.
I definitely agree with you on that one. So choose to challenge. So let me ask this, who wants to go first with sharing their choose to challenge?
Michele, you go.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to share it, and you can read it and explain to us why you chose this particular choose to challenge. So why did you choose this one?
I choose to challenge stress impacting the inner healing, health, and wellness. Well, the why I shared with you guys is because where I've come from with my own health. But as we look through that, it is about stress. And how do we handle that? So how can we challenge to really embrace that? And that is with our emotions, of not holding on to our emotions. Because when you look at holistic healing, our emotions reside in our liver. And so if we allow us the opportunity to not hold things in, then we are actually challenging and overcoming ways for stress. And that is really important. It's about having to give that opportunity of, whether you're speaking it, whether you're writing it down, whether you are burning it, whatever you might be doing, you're recording it, anything that is something that's stressful for you, that you are just letting it out. Of course, you're going to hear me say that it's about keeping your body, which is the temple of the Lord, healthy. And you want to keep that body healthy because it's who we are. Our kidneys and our liver, making sure that those are nourished controls the heart. And the heart goes in controlling the mind, where with stress, it comes from mind racing, worrying all the time, problems sleeping, just to name a few. So if we are healthy and we make sure that our kidneys and liver, which our kidneys is how we pass our genes down, it's how we age. If we make sure that that's nourished and strong, then we all of a sudden, we're strengthening our heart. The heart comes in panic attacks, palpitations, blood pressure problems. We can go on. And then that affects the mind. And that mind goes into where the stress is, not even sleeping. It's about, exercise. It's about having balance. It's about having stillness. For me, it's about having prayer and time with the Lord. I wake up with the Lord. I go to sleep with the Lord. 20 minutes before I do, I like to read something, staying away from technology, because the 5G, unfortunately, does not help our health. It can cause anxiety. And eating healthy, staying away from too much sugar, bread, pasta, rice, sugar, processed, MSG, GMO. Those are all what come in to actually be toxicities. Green leafy vegetables, lean meat. Now you can from time to time, indulge, whether it be, a creme brulee or maybe a chocolate martini, whatever it might be that's your take, but not doing it over as far as, and then just making sure that you're really taking time for that self-care for you. That right there is the challenge for people to be healthy, because that inner healing is what it's all about. We have to make sure our organs are healthy. We only get one set of organs.
Yeah.
You've heard me say, unless you're going to have a transplant. So take care of your body as you are aging so that you can, be able to handle that stress, handle those traumas, whatever it might be, in a better sense.
That's good. Wow. Thank you for that. And that is Michele's challenge, choosing to challenge stress, impacting inner healing, health, and wellness. So, Miss Debrah, read to us your challenge and tell us why you chose this particular challenge.
Yeah, before I go there, I just want to say, Michele, the thing is, we only start thinking of these things after illness. And then when people are talking, we are thinking, I'm fine, until it hits us, until after illness. It's better to start even with children, isn't it?
Yes.
Start them early so that they know healthy eating, they know we need before we fall. This is why you are telling us. Thank you so much. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And I have to add, Arlene says, okay, I'm eating a candy apple, but I'm done now. So
put it down,
you
Arlene.
just inspired her.
Go, Arlene.
All right. Miss Debrah, tell us about your challenge.
I am challenging inequalities. From my background, where I come from, we still got a lot of inequalities, stemming from religion, stemming from our culture, stemming from society, because there are things that are supposed to be done by women, there are things that are supposed to be done by men, and people, many people still follow that. As a result, we've got very talented young women who think they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't go there. And then they go to church and they're told, no, women are not supposed to do that. For example, if a child wants to be a singer, they will come across, oh, you can't be a singer, that's for poor people. It's for like naughty kids do the singing. But then if you look, we've got very famous singers that celebrities really. So if that child is talented already, they're being put down. You have to learn as a little girl how to clean house, how to potentially please your men. I've never heard of men being taught how to please a woman. I'm not talking sexually. I'm talking how to behave to be a good man. But women are taught how to behave to be a good woman, how to then build a family, how to build the family home, and to make a house into a home. Women are taught that. In my culture, I'm talking about. And you still find women politely asking for permission to be equal.
Yes.
Isn't it time now we take equality? Do we have to be? This is the thing. Successful men don't ask. Successful men are bastards, right? Because they have to be. You can't be in the boardroom saying, oh, I've got cellulite, look at me. No. They go there, they own it. Why are we not owning our lives? That's my question to women. Why do we have to ask for equality? Why are we asking for it? And to whom are we asking? Who owns it? Because if I want to do that, we still celebrate like, oh, so many women are becoming pilots. Yay. What's stopping us though? What are you, a neurosurgeon? A woman neurosurgeon. Oh my God. Why are we still surprised that women can do these things? Because Even they've done researches that tell us that we have got brainy women just the same as men. It's not like we are lower in our intelligence or anything. So if you want to do it, why are we still begging to do it? In my culture, there are women who are not allowed to work. My husband doesn't allow me to work. Allow you to work, really? Allow you to work. Why are we still begging for equality in workplace? Because if I'm doing the same job as Adam, why am I not getting the same salary as Adam? And vice versa. Why is it if a man chooses to be a stay-at-home father, the world then says he's whipped? If we are going to be equal, let's be equal. If I'm the breadwinner, I'm going out to work, my husband we decide he's going to look after the kids at home. What's so weird about that? Why then do we look at him and think, oh my God, he's a stay-at-home dad? Well done, you. Well done, you. Women have been doing that for years, for centuries. Why are we still congratulating men who look after their own children?
It's true.
Because it's got to be both ways. If I'm running the boardroom, he's got to run the kitchen. And there's nothing at all unequal about that. And there's nothing at all weird about that. That's what we agree in our household. He's not whipped. He's just a man looking after his own kids. If he's a single father looking after his own kids, people applaud. But single mothers, that's fine. That's normal. Oh, he's a single dad. Oh my God, he's amazing. He looks after his own kids. Women have been looking after their own kids for centuries. This is where inequality comes in, because one is applauded, one is normal. Why do we have to do that? And it's us women mostly. Oh my God, he's amazing. He looks after his kids. Well, he's supposed to. He brought them into the world. Nothing new there. Mothers have done that for centuries. So women, we don't have to ask to be equal. If you've got a dream that you're sitting on that you think, well, I'll have no women are builders. Not many women are builders. If you want to be a builder, be a builder. Go and build. You want to be an engineer, be an engineer. Why do you have to, oh, but there are not many women doing that. Oh my God, they're not. Who cares? Be the first. Go there.
Yes.
Go there. If we keep asking, we keep getting a no.
That's good. Powerful. So there you have it. Debrah, who's challenging inequalities. Very nicely put. So I'm going to share mine. And what I'm challenging, I choose to challenge fear, mental health, and social injustices. And I selected fear because I believe that fear stops so many people, especially women, as we're going after our dreams and trying to reach our goals, as we're trying to just live our life, live our best life, whether it's with our career, within the community, socially, financially, whatever it might be. There's something about that small 4-letter word, fear. So I choose to challenge that, and I choose to challenge myself and others to just remove fear. Like, what's stopping us, right? What are we afraid of? Are we afraid of the success, or are we afraid of the failure? Because regardless, we're going to experience one or the other. And the success is obviously what we want. So if we don't go after it, we'll never achieve it. And even if we experience failure, there's no such thing. It's a lesson. So I'm challenging fear this day forward. And I'm challenging the mental health and the social injustice roadblocks that stop us along our journeys in the workplace, when we're dealing with the inequalities, when we're dealing with the depression, the anxiety, the stress, the suicidal thoughts that people may experience because of inequalities, or people that are treating us unfairly because of the color of our skin, because of our gender, because of our culture, because of our socioeconomic status, whatever it might be. I'm challenging that. I'm challenging the social injustices. I'm challenging the fact that people think it's okay to kill people because of the color of their skin. I'm challenging police officers for killing innocent people. I'm challenging it all. And the way that I'm challenging it, I'm challenging it with my efforts. I'm challenging it with my words and with my voice. So that's what I choose to challenge. I choose to challenge fear, mental health, and social injustices. Well, ladies, as we close out, we're going to do one more, but anything you all want to add as we close out with our challenges? And very briefly, because I know we're getting to the end of our time here, but I want to thank you all for joining me in the challenge. Anything you want to add?
I just want to say, everyone, challenge something. If it's something that's limiting you, challenge it today. Today.
Good. And Michele, I saw you over there taking notes. You're a note taker. So throughout this show, I know you've been taking notes.
She was dropping some nuggets, and you too. I mean, I was like, whoa, I got to remember that one. My final challenge is to be courageous with resilience, whether that be inner healing, your mental health, the inequalities. Be courageous with resilience.
I love that. So, ladies, it's not a Speak That Talk without an official closeout. So, join me as we close out with the Speak That Movement speed round. And this is when we will discuss the 4 pillars of Speak That Movement. So, we're going to do things a little different, as I like to shake it up all of the time. So the 4 pillars are dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it. And we've had a powerful conversation. So in honor of Women's History Month and women all over the world, from your countries, from the United States of America, and everywhere in between, we have some other friends watching who are going to catch the replay in Sweden and Paris. They sent their love because they couldn't join today. So let's speak life. So we're going to do this. I'm going to randomly select you. And again, in as few words as possible, speak to all the women out there around the world. And let's start with you, Debrah, with Speak That Movement pillar number 1, dream it.
Ladies, you know you've got dreams that you put on the shelf. Time to take it off the shelf and dust it off. Time to go.
I love it. Nice and simple. It's time to go, ladies.
Time to go.
Michele, believe it.
Believe it. Believe that you are accepted. Believe that your visions can happen. Believe that your inner healing is you that have control over that. Take control over you.
I love it. Miss Debrah, speak it.
You have to speak your truth. You can't be quietened down. Let that voice be heard, ladies. And the more we unite, the stronger our voices. Speak together.
Love it. And Miss Michele, last but certainly not least, walk it.
Walk through the unseen. As Jesus tells us, I think it's in 2 Corinthians 4:18, walk through the unseen of whatever you want to do. While you're believing it, you're speaking it, and you're dreaming it. Walk through it, no matter what it is.
Wow.
Wow, that is amazing.
That is. So, ladies, this again has been so beautiful. So tell everybody, how can they follow you? How can they support you? How can they hear more from you? Because you definitely both spoke life today. So, Miss Debrah, how can people follow you?
You can join my group, Business Ladies Forum, on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, or join my website, askdm.com.
Love it. I love it. And I had the pleasure of attending at least maybe one or two of your Zooms. And it was so cool because it's like there were folks, I think she was from Africa or the United Kingdom. It didn't matter. I was just excited to just meet women from all over the world. And I love that with your platform, you are truly reaching women all over the world, third world countries, first world countries, you name it. So I commend you for how you are using your voice and your story to empower women all over the world. So we salute you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michele, how can people learn more about you and follow you?
They can go to my Facebook page for MacArthur Accommodations, or they can go to the website, which is www.macarthuraccommodations.com. And they can reach out, allow me to help to be healthy from the inside out, and whatever it might be as far as that's going on. I'll do a free basic wellness analysis for you. And that's www.macarthuraccommodations.com.
Beautiful. All right, everybody, there you have it. These amazing women choosing to challenge, who are using their life story to just empower, inspire, educate, encourage, and connect women all over the world. Thank you both for being my special guest today.
Wow, such an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you, Tiara.
Oh, yeah. Everybody show them some love. Give them some hearts. Give them some
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Bye-bye. We'll be in touch. We have some big plans, ladies, in 2021.
Got some trips to plan.
That's right. All right, ladies. Thank you so much. And Debrah, have a good night.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. Bye, ladies. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Wow. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Today was just really special. Thank you all for tuning in, for listening in. I hope that you felt something from today's Speak That Talks. And if you did, let us know. You know, shoot us a note if you're feeling empowered, inspired, encouraged, or whatever. Let us know if this is hitting home for you. Let us know if anything resonated with you, because on behalf of Speak That Movement, we definitely want to keep these going. So when we hear from you, it just lets us know that we're off to a good start. And if you're interested in ever being a part of Speak That Talks, you know, just go to the website, www.speakthatmovement.com. Let us know. If you would love to, again, support in any way, whether it's to support the empowerment novelty, such as the calendars, then you can also check that out on the website. And if you just want to support to help us do more and reach even more people, your donation and your love and your prayers are so appreciated. So check me out in the guests for next week, March 18th. Another Speak That Talks edition, 8:00 p.m., same place, same time. And thank you for supporting Tiara PR Network, Speak That Movement, and Speak That Talks. As always, may you be blessed, may you be protected, and may you live your best life. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.